it was one day when I was taking care of probably 5 or 6 patients in an hour, and by myself, no assistants, no other PTs in the room, just a front desk signing people in. And when I looked over at one of my patients, she was slumped over and passed out, unresponsive and soaking wet.
Hmm.
And I went over to her and, I took her vitals. She wasn't answering to her name. I took her vitals and it was 40 over 20 was her blood pressure. However, everybody huddled around me and they said, "Oh, what's her blood pressure?" And I didn't answer because I didn't want anybody else to panic. I
Right.
had, I yelled to the front desk, "Call 911." I started resuscitations right away. I was able to revive her by the time the ambulance came. But then when they took her in, I had to call her daughter
Hmm.
and tell her daughter that under my care, her mom had fell ill.
Mhm.
And even though I got her back, just the guilt of maybe what if I wasn't paying attention? It was very scary. So I knew that taking care of all those people at once wasn't the long-term plan
Yeah.
that I wanted for my physical therapy, way of I wanted to help people.
Yeah.
And so I then decided that, maybe I need to leave this job and figure out things for myself. And I smiled and I said, I know this is the right reason because they think that money is the reason that I'm leaving. It's totally
Mhm.
not. I got no other job lined up. I'm just quitting. And so I resigned. And I mean, of course, I had money saved up, to have my bills on auto pay. And I decided to travel. I went to Europe. I have family in London and Spain. I visited them. I met strangers who now are friends. And it just really, did a lot of soul searching about what I should do. I eventually came back to New York and I wasn't looking for full-time work. I found an agency that was looking for a physical therapist, and I ended up signing up with a company in Connecticut it ended up being 5 years. It was a great job, exactly what I was looking for, but a lot less patient caseload. One or two patients at a time
Less
with
stress.
a lot
Yeah.
of help, no stress. So I was then able to build my own practice with the free time that I had
Mhm.
because I was only doing about 3 days a week working there. And so I had a lot more time to then think about how do I want to have physical therapy look like for my patients.